So welcome to practice, and it's pretty warm today, so we'll just take it slow and please drink water when you need to. The props nearby, yoga blocks, a strap, a blanket. And we'll give it a few moments for everyone to arrive. You're welcome to find a position that is comfortable for you, perhaps seated, perhaps reclining, let the eyes rest. Taking this time to transition, to arrive on your mat, to connect with how you're feeling in the body. Beginning to notice our breath. So as we arrive and get settled, consider your position. Are you comfortable? Would you like to make a shift, an adjustment? And perhaps we place the palms face down somewhere on the body. If you're reclining, maybe on the belly, perhaps on the lap. Let the eyes rest. Feeling into the lungs, the ribs with the next inhalation. Noticing the softening with the exhalation. And then let's flip our palms now to face up, perhaps resting thumbprint and index fingerprints together. Feeling into the ribs as we breathe. And noticing if perhaps we're more instinctively drawn today to palms up, and it could just be in this moment, or palms down. And let yourself come back to the position that feels most instinctive in this particular moment. And it may change. So we might find a little wobble sitting up a bit taller. Full breath in, slow, long breaths out. And perhaps letting the chin start to release towards the chest. Just very gently checking in with the back of the neck. And then sloping the base of the skull, the back of the head backwards and a little bit up. So we're creating a double chin. It feels a little awkward. And we might find a tiny yes nod as we arrive. And let the nose tip move to one side. It doesn't matter which side you start on, we'll do both. And we might find a little nod, a little lean there. And then perhaps let the chin dip towards your chest. We might visualize the way a swan might tuck its head under its wing. Feeling into the neck. And then very gently let the nose tip, the crown of the head rise up. Trace the nose tip back to the middle. Find center and retract the head. Feeling the breath. And then slowly turning the nose tip to your second side. And we might just pause here. Gradually, perhaps the chin moving closer to the upper chest. Feeling into the neck, soft jaw. Let the nose tip start to rise, reaching up. Like you're drawing a part of a rainbow. Find the middle. Let the nose tip come to the middle. And let's connect the palms now, rubbing the hands together. And then using your hands at the back of the neck. So you might do a little squeeze. We may tip the head back. The hands can move up, down the neck. We may take the hands onto the upper shoulders and find a little bit of movement. And then just pause again, landing, shifting, leaning forward, low hips, low back. Let the hands rise, articulating through the fingers. Just let the fingers dance and move. Start to circle the wrists, go the other way. And then we may put together finger movement, wrist circles as we move the elbows, like we're maybe winding something up. And then go the other way, wind the other way, but the fingers are moving much more than they would if you were really winding something, and go back in the other direction. And then palms face up. Let your hands kind of shake or do a little bounce, like you have something in the palms of your hands, and then flip so your palms down. Just moving down. Then let the hands land, slide, maybe fingers a little further forward, wobble up, get a little longer, maybe arch the back, holding on to the shins, perhaps rounding down. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale, rounding down. Let's roll up and consider tipping forward, leaning forward. Just taking it as far as you'd like this first round. Support yourself. We may close the eyes. We may bring the sides of the thumbs to the brow and perhaps squeegee the brow. Let the body sigh. And let's rise back up. Notice which leg you have on top. Reach out, extend the legs. Find a little wiggle. Let's twirl the ankles. Twirl the ankles the other way. Sweep the feet together. I'm talking with my hands. You don't have to do this too. Try to draw the little toe sides of the feet together and then open up. So close book, open book. But we're trying to do this with the ankles, with the feet. And then just release that, let that go. So we may have hands now behind the back. We're bending the knees. Let the knees tip, sway to one side. The knees could be stacked, they don't have to be. Rotating, turning chin to one side. Finding our way back to the middle, tipping the knees, the chest, the chin to the second side. Possibly we're tucking the big toe and letting the heel rise up, but maybe not yet. We'll bring it back to the middle. Bring that second leg on top, if you remember which one. Give a little rock, a little shift, tipping in, wiggling in. We'll find our way back. Let's open and close both hands like we're doing shadow puppets, bird beaks. And let's take the bird beaks and maybe just one side at a time. Just do a little palpation along the chest. Maybe you find a sensitive spot or a little hollow. And then try the other side. We'll bring both bird beaks in front of the chest and find some small movements with the elbows. Now just pick a side and drop it. So we'll keep one bird beak up. Turn the head, follow your elbow as we circle that elbow down, around, back, and high. We'll pause. We'll move in the second direction. And feeling into the side bodies, the neck, and then let's bring the other hand up and drop. And just pick a direction to start in, knowing we'll try both out. Feeling through it. And eventually trading sides, circling in that second direction. And then let's land, spilling both hands. Let the eyes rest, perhaps palms face up, thumbprints, index fingerprints connected. Let the body breathe. There is no hurry. Let's spin both palms to face down. So this more rooted, grounding position. Coming into a breathing technique, it's considered a cooling breath technique because we're inhaling through an extended tongue and exhaling out the nose. So if you can roll your tongue, taco tongue, we'll roll the tongue and stick it out. If that isn't possible, go ahead and make an O shape with your lips and inhale in through the mouth. So when you're ready, tongue sticks out. We retract the tongue and exhale through the nostrils. So let's try that style of breathing 2 to 3 more rounds. This is called the Shatali, that's the Sanskrit name for it, pranayama. It's a cooling breath technique. You are welcome to use it at any point during your practice. Let's spin both palms to face forward. Invite the arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, rotating, twisting towards the right side. Maybe we find a little movement through the head, sussing into the neck. Let's inhale through the middle and exhale, rotating, twisting over to that second side. Inhale, bring it back through center, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. We might find our props and say hello again to our forward fold with this second leg on top. Maybe a little lean tip side to side. We may support the brow. We may squeegee the brow. And let's slowly start to rise up, rock on back. And again, give a little wiggle through the legs. Maybe this time we take claw fingers around the knees, drawing some circles underneath the kneecaps, inner knees, under the knees. We may take the hands up a thigh, do the other thigh too. And then we'll head back into that bent knee position with hands behind the back. Tipping the knees to one side. Again, option to have the knees stacked or pinwheeled. The back foot toes may tuck as we twist. We'll move back through the middle, rotating second side. So possibly tucking the toes. Let's come back through the middle. We'll go back to that first side, and you can do it the exact same way, or maybe we're starting to extend that back leg, just a possibility. Some of us might even enjoy extending that top side arm. So let's move back to the middle, and when you're ready, swaying over to that other side. You can keep both knees bent, but maybe watch out for water and blocks. We might be extending that back leg as we rotate. We'll move back to the middle, and let's consider coming down onto back body, but know where your strap is. If you want a little extra cushion under back body, go ahead and spread out your blanket. Have that strap nearby. We'll make our way down and rock both knees into the chest. It might be a side to side rock. Maybe we're drawing figure eights with the sacrum. We may dust off the feet and just raise one leg. Flex, point, flex, point that foot. Let the ankle twirl overhead. Twirl it again the other way. Press up through the heel, slide that same side hip down away from the shoulders, and consider reaching your arms overhead. So we might even hook the thumbs, take those arms high overhead, rebend, land the foot. Feel free to bend the elbows as we rock that second leg in, maybe dust the foot off, raise the leg, flex, point, flex, point. Try out the ankle circles overhead. Reach up through the heel, sending the hip down away from the shoulders. Draw the little toe side of the foot down. We may hook the thumbs, take those arms high overhead. Rebending, land the feet, step the feet wide, let the knees tip in. Tilting the tailbone moderately down. Let the body breathe. Reach on down, find your strap. And let's go for right leg first. Rock that right leg into the chest. Lasso the ball under the foot. Reach that leg up in the air. We might send the opposite leg, the left leg down straight, like we're standing on it. So very active left leg, right hip moving away from right shoulder. Shoulders stay on the ground. And we find more ease through the jaw. And then sliding that left foot up and into the strap, right foot down. Draw down on little toe side of left foot, send the left hip down. Perhaps we're sliding that right heel down away from the shoulder. Take your time. This side might be feeling quite different. Let's slide the right leg back up, step both feet into the strap. Slide the legs a little bit wider and turn the heels in as we bend the knees. We might find a little rock side to side. We may just hold, bending knees, holding. And then re-extend. Let both legs rise. Drop the left foot down. Take both ends of the strap into the right hand. You have the right foot in the strap. Draw that right leg out to the side and let this be a very gentle rock. Reach the right leg back up and cross it a bit to the left. So we'll start to draw the right knee down, right thigh down towards the ground, and then extend the right leg up and a little to the left. Right hip is moving away from the shoulder. Let's again reach that leg down. Pause for a moment, breathing. Reach the leg up, sweep the leg more to the left. Let's bring the foot high, rebend the knee, and now let's add in extending that right leg out to the right. And we may just say, hello, how's it going? Rebend the knee. Swap hands with the strap, reach that right leg up over to the left. Let's rebend the knee and again extend that right leg out to the right. We might take a few more breaths here. Rebend the knee, reach that leg up, sweep that leg over to the left. Maybe we're tipping even more left. Send the right hip down away from the shoulder, away from the armpit. Rebending the knee, reach that leg up in the air. Last time, bend the right knee, extend that right leg out to the right. You're welcome to support the leg on a wall, on a prop. Maybe the little toe side of the foot is getting closer to the ground. Let's rebend the knee, reach the right leg straight up so that you can step the left foot into the strap. Once you've landed the right foot, just take a moment and say hello to the knee bend out to the left. It can just be brief. Reach that leg up and then draw the leg a little to the right. Leg up, draw the thigh, the knee down to the left. We may take a full inhale, a full exhale, reach that foot back up to the ceiling, swap hands with the strap, lean more right with the leg. We're starting to send the hip down away from the shoulder. We'll take the foot high, bend the knee, take your time. We might just visit, hello, sending that left leg out to the left, rebend, reach the foot up, sweep the leg over towards the right, send the hip down away from the shoulder. Rebending, well, actually reach your leg back up and then go for that deeper rebend. Lingering anywhere along the way that your body is asking for, extending that left leg, and we may hold. Let's rebend, raise the leg. Start to step right foot back in alongside the left, turn the heels in a little and draw both feet down. Try to keep the hips grounded, hips rooted. We might find a little tiny movement, just a tiny, tiny movement. Let's reach both feet up, stepping feet out of the strap. Let the strap come off to the side. We may take the arms overhead. We may bend the elbows and circle a wrist. Let the body breathe. And let's bring the elbows alongside the ribs. Step the feet in. Start to curl the hips up. Gradually let the hips release down. The hands may land. Bend the elbows, point the fingers up, let the hips rise. Releasing down, release the hands. You can stick with this variation or take both arms straight overhead, lift the hips. Roll down, releasing the hands with the hips. Roll the hips up, take the arms overhead, and slowly rolling down. Step the right foot forward, rock that left leg in. Draw that left thigh right into the chest, and perhaps we reach that right leg long. We may find a little jostle, a little rock. Step right foot in, land left, swap sides, rock that right foot in, reach that left leg long. We may find that little shake, that little rock. Release the foot, step left foot in, find a block, elevate the hips. So find maybe the lowest setting and lift both knees into the chest, and perhaps we draw some figure eights. Find the spot where you can balance, right foot down, wrap the hands around that left shin, reach that right heel long, right leg long. We may slide the hands behind the left thigh, reach that left leg up towards the ceiling. We may press the heel up. You might prefer to find your strap. So if you feel like your head is coming off the ground, if your head is unsupported, use the strap and or add support underneath the head. Let's rebend left knee. Draw the right knee back into the chest, left foot down. So we'll find the bind around the right shin, and maybe that left leg is going long. We may be finding a little rock. We can stick with this variation, or we're extending that right leg. Option to use the strap. Perhaps we press up through the heel, and it might just be a little bit of back and forth. Let's step left foot in, release the right foot back down to the ground. Hover the hips, move the block to one side, sway the hips left, put the hips down. Let's rock the knees into the chest and roll the knees over to the right. So option to expand left arm out to the left. Chin may go to the right, listen to your neck. Let's rock the knees back to the middle, land the feet, lift the hips, and sway the hips to the second side. Invite the knees back into the chest. Tip the knees left. Option to open left arm out to the left. Where is the neck most at ease? Full breathing into belly. Consider rocking both knees back into the chest, land the feet, level the hips. Pick a side, whichever side is easiest, sway the hips and roll opposite, resting on side body. Pressing into that top hand, we'll start to bring ourselves up like we're coming to a seat, but then just go ahead and roll over onto your belly. Adjust the feet, walk the elbows forward, get a little lift. We may find a block. We may support the brow. We may tuck the toes, lift one knee, lift the other knee, and then repoint the feet. Let the body sigh. You may move any brow support out of the way and start to rise up a little higher, feeling into it. Maybe a little shift side to side, releasing down to the ground, plant the hands. Let's roll on back towards a child's pose. Send the hips back towards the heels. Bending the fingers, let the chest rise, walking the hands over to the right. Feel free to take brow support with you to the right. We might be re-extending the arms, planting the hands. We may lift the hips and move them a little more left if the hands went right. Let's move back to the middle, rising up. Take it to the second side, lifting the ribs up and over that left thigh, side bending. Let's move back through the middle, rising up. Make sure your knees have sufficient padding. We might want padding underneath the heels of the hands too. Rounding the back, moving into a cat pose. The hips perhaps moving closer to the heels. We may roll up, rock forward. We may dip into a cow pose. Rounding the back, hips perhaps moving closer to the heels. We might even keep a little of that rounding and walk the hands back to the right. The hips may drape left. You're listening to your body. We'll move back up through the middle. Find that rounding, hips moving back, and maybe the hands, the arms are moving over to that second side. Hips right. Let's make our way back up through the middle. Consider sending right foot back, pitching back through that right heel, chin curling into the chest. The shin may rise, top of the foot may be down. Now, you might come back to hands and knees to swap sides. You may just send that left heel back, let the right knee come down. The right shin may rise, top of the foot may be grounded. And then releasing down, let it all come down. So consider if you would like a couple of blocks, if they're sturdy blocks, to make the arms longer. We might take right hand block closer to the left, send the right foot back so that we have room to step that right foot forward, and then bring the right hand wide. Coming down into that lunge position, we may tuck the back toes, we may lift the knee, ratchet it back, we may repoint the foot. We may press into the hands and start to rise up, lifting the chest a little higher. We may send the hips back, scooching, front foot forward. Maybe we take the blocks higher or lower, rocking back on the heel. Rolling the hips back, we may turn a little more to the right. Sliding the right heel back in, let's find our lunge again. Option to put the left hand on the ground, tuck the left toes, and reach the right arm up in the air. We may cycle that top hand down, land the knee. We may find the blocks again. Take a moment. We may need to go a little higher to help move that right foot back. We might be moving right hand block inside right foot. Perhaps heel, toe, foot wide. Do you feel steady enough? We might need to widen right hand out to the right. Perhaps we're still heel toeing. We may just lift, cycle, right leg back. Tuck the toes, option to sit back on the heels so that we're getting pretty big toe stretch here. You might reach back and untuck the smallest toes. You're welcome to keep your hands forward. You may, if your toes are pretty flexible, you may need to turn your heels out. Right heel moves out to the right a little, left heel moves out to the left a little, to get the smaller toes in on it. Some of us may even need to go more low rider. Let's rise back up. Find your block hands, adjust the knees backwards. So left hand block closer to the right, so we have the runway for the left foot to find its way forward, and then we'll just adjust the block outside the foot, sinking into that lunge on the second side. We're breathing, and this might be the perfect spot for now. Maybe we tuck the back toes. This doesn't mean you have to do it. We might tuck them, we may lift the knee, ratchet it back, and might turn it up more than you want. We may re-point the foot. Possibly we're going higher. That might mean shifting the hips back first and spinning the blocks up, and then rising up. It'll look a little different for everyone, and it might be looking quite different right to left. Maybe we're sinking into a little deeper. Consider sliding the hips back. And again, feel free to adjust your blocks, lower, higher, inchworming, scooching that left foot forward, perhaps rocking back on the heel. And maybe in order to explore that side bend again, like we did in child's pose, maybe the blocks do need to shift height. So we may be turning a little to the left, lengthening into right side body, sending the hips back. There may be a lot going on. Take your time to rebend that front knee. We may be taking that right hand down to the ground. We may be tucking back toes, lifting back knee, and raising that left arm up in the air. Maybe we try out that cooling breath, the one where we stick out the tongue, inhale through the tongue, retract it, and exhale through the nostrils. Carefully releasing, unwinding. We may be finding the blocks as we rise up. Perhaps we move the blocks in, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, that left foot wide. We may widen the blocks. Make sure your blocks are sturdy if we're lifting that leg up, cycling the leg back. So we may have tucked toes. We may put the blocks off to the side, slide the hands forward, and let the hips rise, pedaling into a down face dog. We may land the heels. Perhaps the hips sway or lean a little bit side to side. Perhaps we find little nods, little circles in the head to help unwind tension from the neck. Let's take a walk with the feet, walking the feet forward towards the hands. We'll find our way up to a short edge of the mat. Take the feet as wide as you like. Head heavy, perhaps we're bending knees deeply. We may sway the hips a little side to side. And let's start to rise part way up. Now, as we rise up, shift a little forward, a little back, and ultimately let's rock back and turn the toes out so we have a wide V shape with the feet. The heels elevate and the hips begin to sink. You are welcome to stay up higher. Maybe you have a balance ball. That can be a nice prop to do a higher squat on, or the corner of an ottoman. We may have a block under the bottom. We might find a little sway, a little rock side to side. It'll feel different than when we were on our back. Take your time. Some of us, our heels might drop to the ground. They don't have to do that. You can put a wedge underneath them. You could roll up a mat, a blanket. We may root the hands, start to lift the hips until the heels can land, until the heels do land, rolling back down into that forward fold. Find a little nod, circle nod of the head. Sway the hips. Let's bend the knees. And this time we're coming up, we're rising up, come part way up. Heel toe, feet in. Take your time. If it's pretty hot where you are, you might be more inclined to be lightheaded coming up quickly. So we might put bend in the knees, reach the arms up and overhead, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. So we're at the top short edge, a short edge of your mat. And from standing, let's keep right foot forward and extend left leg back. Find balance. Sometimes it's a little wobbly. Tipping and leaning into that higher lunge. Please put the back knee down at any point you would like to. We may have hands on hips. We may take arms up and overhead. And perhaps we bend the elbows. Bring the hands behind the head, support the head, traction very gently the neck, let the elbows open wide. The arms may rise, tipping forward. Find your props, tap, navigate the back foot in, pivot the heel to the right. Folding down. We may bend a little back into that front knee, root down through back heel, little toe side of the foot. Get light on the hands, hands to the thigh, hands to the hips. The elbows may roll back. We might weave the hands together or use your strap. We might extend the arms. Tipping, leaning forward, taking bound hands overhead. We bending the elbows, slowly, slowly rising back up. Stepping, back foot forward, shift it out. Hands on hips, second foot, so maybe right foot navigating back. So that heel may stay elevated, especially this first round. You're welcome to put the back knee down. The arms may rise. We may bend the elbows, bring the hands behind the head, tipping the head back. Rising up, reaching the arms up, let the hands come forward, find your blocks. We might step the right foot in, pivot the heel now towards the left. Tipping in. We may come back to that cooling breath, inhaling through the rolled tongue, exhaling through the nose. If needed, adjust the back foot, bending, lunging back into that front knee. Take your time. Rising up, hands may find the hips, and we may keep hands on hips. We may take the arms overhead and keep them overhead. We may hug the elbows back, find your strap or your bind. Perhaps extend the arms, tipping, leaning forward, bound arms overhead. Rebending the elbows, slowly, slowly, with control, rise on up. We're going to come out of this side a little bit differently. Let's bring the arms up and overhead, and then roll out towards a warrior two position. So we may heel toe the feet wider, going for that reach through the fingers, turning, looking out over bent knee, front knee side. We may take the back hand to the hip and the front arm up and over to the back leg side. We may flip that top arm to face the ceiling, grab the wrist, draw the wrist over to the other side, just a possibility. Let's rise up, extend the leg. So your feet might be sliding, back leg, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe in. Front knee, find a little bend. Forearm on thigh, so same leg, it was just your bending leg. We might find our block or even stack two blocks, rising up into a triangle. Top hand may rise. Releasing that top hand down, let's bend back into the front knee. And we'll carefully rise back up and trade sides. So we're pivoting the feet around. We're lunge bending back into that front knee. And maybe we need to say hello. Maybe we're bending, extending, and then opening the arms out towards that warrior two position, gazing out over front knee side. Back hand may find the hip. Bending knee arm may come up and over. We may flip the palm to face up. We may grab the wrist and draw that arm longer. We may sink deeper and roll that bent knee back. Slowly rising up, let the arms come down, and maybe the back leg needs to heel toe in a little bit. Bending back into front knee, forearm to thigh. Maybe we have some blocks nearby. So we might need to take a moment and reset the blocks, extending that other leg. Top arm may rise. Rebending front knee, take your time to rise all the way back up, pivot the toes forward, heel toe the feet in just a little bit, land with the heels a smidge out, toes in. Bend the knees, sits bones back, tipping forward, hinging forward. We may place hands on the ground. We may peel the heels of the hands a little off the ground, perhaps nodding the head, stretching bottom jaw away from top jaw. Let's rise part way up, hands maybe on blocks. Pick a side, right or left. Pivot those toes to face out and start to bend that knee. Go for your lateral lunge. We may stay up a little higher. We might be feeling into it. Perhaps we're rolling onto the heel and coming down lower. Just a possibility. You could be sitting on a block. We might be sitting on the ground. Let's take our time to think about transitioning to that other side. So we may rise up, pivot toes in, toes out, bending into that other knee, moving the hands, moving the prop, and we might just feel into it. And now maybe we get a whole lot more out of staying up higher than coming lower. That can really vary person to person. Listen to your knees. We might be dropping down lower. We might be choosing to sit on a block. We'll think about rising back up. So maybe we're tipping forward, planting the hands, rising back up through the middle. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, feet to about hips distance. Put bend in the knees. We may root to rise, bring the arms high, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. So we may choose to try a one-legged standing balance. You can always opt to come back down onto your back body on the ground. Feel free to have a strap nearby. You may just want to throw the strap over your shoulders so that it is handy. And let's invite your right knee up to the chest. We could scoot behind the leg. We might hold on around the front of the shin, hugging, standing leg thigh back. We may place left hand, left hip, and open right knee out to the right. And perhaps it helps with our balance to extend that left arm. You could press the hand into the wall. It could just be a pretend wall. Let's move back to the middle. Left hand, opposite hand to knee. Maybe we go to the outer leg, under the knee a little bit. Get long as we rotate and twist towards the right. Option, raise the right arm. We may cycle that right arm back. We may turn the head to the right. Let's move back to center, extend, rebend, release, let it go, shift it out. Take a moment, maybe a little rock forward and back, free up the toes if we were getting grippy grabby in the ground. Sink down through the right foot. Peel that second foot away from the ground. It helps to focus the gaze on something that won't move. I'm going to move, I will wobble. Finding breath. There's no hurry. If and when you're ready, right hand to the hip, left hand to the knee, and we're inviting that knee wider. Maybe we're extending that right arm and we have it on a wall for support, or even just reach it out and pretend it's on a wall. Let's move the knee back to the middle, swap hands. So we're rotating, turning, twisting towards the left. Perhaps the left arm rises and circles back. Very carefully come back to the middle. Perhaps we extend that leg, land the foot, shift it out. So again, at any point, you're welcome to come onto back body. We might take that right knee up and into the chest again. We might opt to extend the leg. So perhaps you use the strap, like we did lying on our back, to help extend that leg forward, shoulders back and down. Now we may just bring our hand back to the knee, taking the knee out to the side. We might be using the strap to help take the leg or the knee out to the side. Coming back to center, we may hold the knee, we may hold the strap. Right hand to the hip. We might cycle that top arm back, and maybe we're placing our hand on the wall for support. Let's move back to the middle, rebend the knee. Let that leg come down, find center, any way that works for you. So we might not be extending the leg, maybe we're just lifting and holding the knee. We might reach down, lasso the foot, and extend the leg. We may bend the knee. We may open the leg out to the side. We may come back to center, hold the strap or the knee, and perhaps that left arm is twisting backwards. Take your time, coming out of it carefully. What's going to work for you? Perhaps bending the knee, releasing the foot, let the foot come down. And just take a few moments, shift it out. And then you could grab your strap or pretend to have a strap. And I may need to drop down onto my knees here so you can see my arms. You're welcome to stay standing or use a chair or the balance ball. Slide the hands apart wide. Watch out for the tails of your strap and take that strap up and overhead. Starting to draw the strap backwards. Is the head jutting forward? Can we slide it back a little more? Keep the crown of the head high. Perhaps the hands slide a little further apart. Let that strap rise up. Starting to lean to one side. We may need to reset the hands, slide the hands down, one arm reaching up, one arm reaching down. We may take the bottom hand back a bit, top hand forward. We'll come back up through center. When you're ready, second side, watch out for the end of the strap. Reset the hands as needed. We may be shifting a hand back, a hand forward. And perhaps you play with that a little bit just to find the perfect amount for you on this side. Let's rise back up, cycle the strap down. Option to have a loop in your strap. So we might place the left hand, for example, on the wall and place your right foot in the strap. Point the elbow down towards the hip, elbow forward. The elbow may cycle up, circle up. We may take both hands onto the strap, and this isn't so much about how high you can lift the leg. The hands might slide up the strap, looking for the perfect sensation for now in your arms, your side ribs, shoulders. And slowly slide the foot down so that we can release and trade to that second side. So please feel free to use the wall. Capture the top of the foot. So we have the knee pointing forward, knees are in line. The elbow points down to the hip, forward, maybe up to the ceiling. Watch out for the tail of that strap though. Maybe drop it behind your back so it's not going to hit you in the face. And we may take both hands onto the strap and just let the hands slide up towards the ceiling. And carefully slide that foot down. So we'll come back to stand and just put your strap off to the side. And we'll bring ourselves back down to the ground, back down to the floor. So as we find our seat, if you'd like to find your cushion to put underneath your hips, please do. I'm going to revert to mirroring. So let's slide your left leg long and keep a bend in the right knee. And we may rock a little forward, start to sit back, take your time, see how things are feeling. Rotating towards that right knee. And then that right hand might land on the ground or a prop. Maybe we lean out a little further to the right as we slide that left leg in. The hip is rising up and off the ground. We might decide to press down into the right shin. Position that right hand so that we can rise up, sweeping top arm back up in the air, maybe overhead, or we may look up to get a view of the fireflies. And then gradually releasing down, coming back down to the ground. Let's support left knee in, right leg low. We may rock a little forward, a little right inner thigh. And we can stay there. Maybe that is just perfect for now. And we may rise up and find a little twist towards that left knee. And we can certainly stay here. We may place that left hand on the ground and just think about sliding out. So that right seat is coming up and off the ground. We don't have to go further, but we might need to reposition the hand, press down, rise up, reaching up, gazing up at the fireflies, perhaps sweeping the arm up and overhead as the hips move forward. And taking our time to come back down to the ground. And we may just sit cross-legged, let the eyes rest, coming back to that cooling breath. Inhaling through the rolled tongue, retract the tongue, exhaling through the nostrils. Let's rotate palms to face down and consider what you have available for props for a supported back bend. So maybe we do have a big cushion. So this is an actual yoga bolster. Maybe you have some folded blankets, and if we're folding blankets, you could put them in that rectangular shoulder stand fold. It could be something like a roller. You could use a roller or roll up your mat. The mat works well too. So for this particular variation, let's sit on the end of your prop, your roll blanket, your bolster, and this will vary for everyone because the lengths are going to be different. You're carefully coming backwards and your head is off. It's off the roller, but then we may have to actually walk the shoulders up a little higher. So we're trying to get the head, the shoulders, and the shoulder blades off that support. So give yourself a few moments to arrive. If you have like a ponytail hairband at the center back of your head, shift it and move it so that your nose tip can point up. Now, as we arrive, you are welcome to keep the feet planted and the knee bent, both knees bent. Some of us are going to find that our prop might be high enough that our low back doesn't love it if we straighten the legs. So you might try a straight leg position. That doesn't mean you have to stay there. So we may take the legs long and wide, and it could be perfect. We may take the arms wide. We may leave the hands on the ribs. This may be the perfect rest position for you. You are welcome to stay longer. We may be returning movement to the toes. We may be deepening the breath. Perhaps we slide one foot in and then the other. We may bring our hands to the support, elevate the hips just enough to press the support down below the bottom, let the hips land. If the support is sturdy enough, use your feet and rotate it horizontally so that you can let your knees slide on top of, resting on the support. Right knee turning a little right, left knee a little left. Dropping back in to that place of rest. Slow, long exhales. You are welcome to stay as long as you like. Perhaps the breath is deepening. Perhaps returning small movements to the toes. We may run the tongue across the fronts of the teeth. Bending the elbows and inviting movement back into the fingers. Circling the wrists, trade directions. We may push down through the heels, legs long and wide, and exhale, let it go. We may reach up long through the arms, arch the back, glide the hips, and exhale, let it go. Breathing, take your time, perhaps bending each knee and sliding the prop off to the side. Land the feet, lift down the toes, release them. Lift the hips, slide them to the left. Rolling to your right side, curling up in a ball, supporting the head. Letting the belly slide to the ground. Placing the top hand to the ground. Pinwheel the knees as we press into that top hand, returning to a seat. Take your time, perhaps dust off the hands, then rubbing hands together, hovering them before closed eyes. Deep inhale. Let it go. Oh. Rubbing hands together, bring a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Deep inhale. Let it go. Oh. Sealing our practice with vibrational sound. Deep inhale through the nose. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this practice. Please let me know if anyone has questions.